Hello everyone, I am Pat Sear, owner here at Sears Garage Works. We're going to give you guys a quick little tour of the shop, kind of show you guys what we've been working on, and yeah, let's check some stuff out. First off, we have my 86 Corolla, Project 86. We built this car for Toyota a couple of years ago. It's got a whole bunch of really cool Vibrant products on it. We always use their tubing for the headers, full exhaust, a bunch of the silicone tubing and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of a cool project, my own personal car. I don't drive it too much, it kind of just sits pretty here in the office, but kind of a neat project that we did. Up next we have this R32 Skyline that we're building for a client, kind of a drift street car. It's got a 2JZ VVTi setup with a 6-speed GM transmission in it, full sort of drift spec suspension. We're waiting for a Rocket Bunny kit to come in for that, and then we'll get this one done. It's basically in the mock-up stage right now. We've just basically built all the tubing, mocked up all the rad, all the hoses. So, you know, once again, we use all Vibrant tubing for all that kind of stuff. We still got the exhaust to build on this one, but all Vibrant intercooler tubing, rad hoses, all that good stuff is all there. This is kind of another really interesting project that we've been working on. It's a 68 Dodge Charger that we basically cut the entire floor out of, built our own bespoke suspension setup on it to get it to really lay down on some very large wheels. And then we're gonna put fender flares on it too. These flares are kind of just on there for mock-up to give us a little visual, but we'll probably end up hand making our own custom flares for this one. But kind of a crazy car. Not a lot of people building 68 Chargers and cutting them up this crazy, but it'll be getting a modern Hemi engine with a single turbo setup on this one as well. So it'll be pretty cool when it's done. A little bit more work left to go on this one, maybe about another year, but if we could debut it at SEMA 2019, I think that'd be really a cool place to kind of show this one off. So yeah, new Hemi. We're just gonna be mounting basically big Garrett turbo right there. Front mount intercooler. We're sort of playing around with ideas for exhaust. We'll probably make a quiet system that'll go out the back, but we're thinking about making a 4-inch dump out through the front fender, which would be kind of cool. Make a whole bunch of noise and piss a lot of people off probably. But yeah, it'll be a really cool setup. So we'll sheet metal all this in. Lots of work left to go in here, but it's getting there. Why don't we go check out the shop and see what we got going on in there. So into the heat of the shop, we got a basic Grand National in here, a really nice original car. We work on some original stuff as well. He's got a few cars in here, but this thing is just a super cool, super clean, original car that's just in for a little bit of maintenance. 66 Chevy pickup truck, which we just LS swapped and put a manual transmission in, and redid the whole body. 242 Customs does all our paint, but we did all the metal work and body work on this one. So it's in the very final stages of just getting buttoned up, and should be a really cool street truck to kind of cruise around in. We got a 240Z here, which is undergoing a very extensive restoration. Kind of a Resto-Mod car. It's got the original stroker motor in it with Webers. We've also done sort of more modern suspension and Willwood brakes, but done it all clean and tasteful to kind of keep it just a little bit more on the original side, but modified. Upgraded all the materials in the interior, all the leather, everything kind of high end and nice feeling, and a little bit better than original, but still with that original feel. So very close to finishing this one. Another couple more weeks on this car, and it'll be done. I'm looking forward to taking this one for a rip and seeing how it is. This is a 61 Ford F100 we're doing. This one, we took the body off and we put a Crown Vic chassis under this one. Kind of a big project. A lot of guys have done the Crown Vic swap. Not a lot of guys have done it with the step side truck, so a little bit of a different deal. And we body dropped it a lot too, so that it sits real low on the chassis. So still have full suspension travel, but the truck will actually look like it's very lowered. So kind of a neat little project that we got on the go. Just in the process of building our exhaust for that one, so that'll get all Vibrant tubing and everything with that car as well. This is a 72 Datsun. We have kind of just waiting to get its turn on the go. It's just about ready to go, but we did a whole bunch of metal work to this one. Quarters, rockers, floors, firewall, all kinds of metal work on this. It was a very rusty car, so it's obviously got the Rocket Bunny wide body kit on it now, and we're gonna drop a RB25 in this one. And new modern diff, and just all sorts of craziness going in this car. So looking forward to getting on this one and getting it done. We got, a lot of people are familiar with this thing. This is the Targa truck. Lots of work has gone into this one. Kind of mid-mounted the engine, rebuilt our own firewall, trans tunnel, modified the roll cage. We've done a whole ton of work on this one. We're going to be getting a whole bunch of the vibrant heat wrap to go up in here. We find that stuff works beautifully for heat distribution and keeping heat away from your feet, which is going to be a real big problem on this truck. So we're going to be going with all the heat wrap that'll go all up in here. Should look really good when it's done and keep the heat out of the engine or in the interior area. And then we got an 86 Corolla. We've done a lot of Corollas over the years. We're very well known for doing Corollas, and I have a personal passion for them. And this one in particular has been owned by the same family for, I think, since '87. They bought it when it was only a year or two old. It sat in a wet environment for a very long time, so there's a lot of floor rust and a lot of problem areas with this car. So unfortunately, we have a lot of hours in patching and welding and grinding and smoothing to do on this one, and it's still got a long ways to go, but it'll be a very nice car and basically a family heirloom that they will keep for a very long time after it's all done. So kind of a cool project, but man, so many hours in fixing rust. But do yourself a favor, don't buy a rusty car if you want to fix something up. Get yourself something that's real clean and really nice. Let's go outside and see what we got out here. This is kind of the overflow of our parking or whatever. My brother's sweet little Lexus. My rally car. Everyone's kind of known me for doing a lot of drifting over the years, but I've decided, we're going to drive something else and doing something a little bit different, so we decided to try to do some rally driving. Of course, you know, I'm a big fan of the 8.6 chassis and rear-wheel drive, so what else was better to build than a Toyota 86? So basically, it's a stock engine. We did do a lot of upgrades to the induction and exhaust side of things. We used all vibrant tubing for our intake, HD clamps. They're great. They never have any problems. You can see everything's a little bit dirty from driving in the mud. We actually took the stock header and modified it with a vibrant merge collector. I didn't like any of the headers on the market, and we kind of had the parts around, so we're like, you know what, let's try to delete the factory cat and put in a vibrant merge collector, and it worked out great. It's kind of cool how you can merge factory parts with aftermarket and make them all work, but that worked out okay. And of course, you know, intercooler, oil cooler, and all the vibrant lines and fittings all up in there. So it's all worked out quite well. We've been pretty happy with it. We've only done one event with it. Kind of broke the suspension on the car, so we didn't get a full round in, but we've upgraded it now to a full gravel spec suspension, and hopefully we'll have better results the next time out. This car, World War Z. It's a 70 Camaro. It's just, what can you say about this one? It's just a badass machine that we built. Custom one-off flares that we built, ridiculously wide wheels. It's got a LSA GM motor in it. We custom built the firewall, carbon fiber inner panels, obviously all vibrant tubing for the intercooler 4-inch, or for the intake for the air filters. Just a ridiculous amount of work and effort into this one, but a super clean setup, makes mid 650 horsepower. It's just a beast of a machine, and something that's extremely unique. You really don't see too many muscle cars sort of done to this genre, and kind of matches the same thing as a Charger, and the guy that owns this car also owns a Charger in the office anyway, so it sort of makes sense. But yeah, super cool car, very clean, and it was a really fun project, and it's just in for a little bit of differential upgrades and kind of, you know, burnouts with these things. You end up breaking them a lot, so we're beefing up the diff and making it a little more solid. So neat car, we just keep pounding away on that one. And then an old Dodge that just came in for some floor work and stuff. We do a lot of rust repair here, so that one was just in for floors and a little bit of tuning, and she's ready to go. So I hope you liked your tour of my shop. Thanks to Vibrant for supporting me over all these years. It's been a great product to work with. You know, I really can't beat the Vibrant products and what they have out right now these days. You know, anytime, I'm probably looking at that catalog every day for stuff in there. So please make sure you can follow us on social media. Instagram is Serious Garage. Serious Garage works on Facebook. PatSear86 for all my personal stuff. Yeah, whatever you need, we can pretty much handle. Small jobs, big jobs. We have a lot of people come in here that ask us to do the impossible, and I'm not against it. So whatever your project is, we can pretty much handle it and get it done.